Hello, people from YouTube. My name is Ricardo. I will be a host for today. Right now we talk regarding uh, a, an interesting topic, in my opinion, about the the time where we could stay on this planet, our lives. So there are a lot of advances on our science, medical and the new procedures try to extend our life on this planet. So, TalkNtalk is a language platform. Uh, Basically, we use the immersion method. That's it. We just way to practice English in another language too, like Spanish, French, today we are on this meeting with my friends. Please, Camila, could you introduce yourself?
Yes, good morning, guys. First of all, I loved the video, Ricardo.
Uh-huh.
I will watch it all the content again.
Yeah,
I guess it's an interesting topic. We need to take a time to think about it. So, my name is Camila. I am 40. I live in São Paulo, in the capital. The weather today is cloud here, and I hate this weather. Let me see what else. I am from the finance field. I work as an accountant for over 10 years, almost 50 to be honest. And I've been here in the platform since March 24 as a speaker, and I am also English host here since July from the last year. That's it about me.
great. Welcome, Hugo. Please, could you introduce yourself, my friend?
Hello, good morning. I am Ian. I'm 26 years old. I I am from Campinas, São Paulo. I was born in Campinas, but I live in Hortolândia all of my life. Hortolândia is near from Campinas, and I am a front-end developer, but I like to work with back-end developer. I'm here talk to improve my English, to get an international job in the future, maybe earning dollar. That's it about you.
Yeah, that's a nice path, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Welcome, Bianca. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, sure. Morning, guys. Morning, Ricardo. My name is Bianca. I am 28 years old. I am a sociologist and demographer, and I lived in Campinas for 10 years, man. It was very
Wow,
nice. It was 6 years, actually 4 years in Barão Geraldo and 4 years in Sumaré. Sumaré is not Campinas, but it's Campinas. It's like almost in there. And I miss Campinas and all that place. It was very nice. It was a good moment in my life. But nowadays I'm living in Philadelphia, US, for 1 year. And it has been a good experience until now. I came here to do part of my PhD, and I'm trying to see what I like to do for in my leisure time, I guess. Until now, I am just going to some stand-up comments and workout. And in here, it's spring, so and I like a lot nature. So I am going to some parks, seeing some flowers, some cerejeiras, and so on. And it's that, and trying to make some friends too.
yeah,
And
that's
I am
wonderful.
here in Talk and Talk since November 2023.
Oh, great. Thanks, Bianca. And the last not least, Wanda, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ivandra from Niterói, Rio de Janeiro. Today is sunny here. Oh my gosh. And I'm a dancer, two sons, one grandson, one daughter-in-law, and two cats. Is that?
Great. Well, I just needed to talk a little bit information about me. My name is Ricardo, as I told. I live at São Vicente, it's the first year for Brazil. I always used to say regarding this information because I consider relevant, né? Because a lot of people don't really know regarding the São Vicente is the first city for Brazil. And like Ivanda, I have two cats, my friends, Kinji and Pudim. That's the well. Let me start the question number one. What factors influence life expectation the most? Um, is a little. We don't have enough time to say a lot of information, but I was watching videos and the some information regarding this topic, and the people said regarding at the beginning when the human life started to grow, started growing up on this planet, the expectation is around 25 years, and nowadays is around 80 years. But for the other hand, is the perspective, oh, maybe in the future is common, more common, the human reach 100 years. But according to some researches, we reach the limit. What's mean? We could arrive around 80 years better, healthier, more smarter, or maybe our mobility is better. But regarding the time is almost the limit. Sometimes occurs some advantage because the people used to say that a half percent, half 50% of the time that you live on this planet is regarding our genes, and the other part is environment, food, habits, and the other stuff. So doesn't matter what you have to do, but these things is correlated to the quality of you when you arrive in the, for example, 80 years old, the perspective is better condition, not the extend the time of on you live on this planet. That's it. And you, could you answer this question, please? Are you muted, my friend?
Okay. I about this question, I think the main factors are bad habits in our life, um, like eating bad food, eating ultra processed foods, etc. I think these habits diminuing our expectancy
Yeah,
life expectancy. That's it.
great, my friend. And you, Wanda, could you tell me something regarding this question?
I think the most important condition is genetic. And then associate with genetic habits like smoking, uh, do exercising, stressed is a really important thing to um, improve our expectancy of life. And for me is that. And you, Camila?
Wow, Wanda, really interesting about the genetic because we have this. Maybe we got some problems from our family, and I heard that we can change it from the foods that we eat. So maybe we can get a better healthy life if you try to eat natural foods or vegetable often. I don't know about it, but I guess this can be a great influence nowadays. We are so used to got iFood, and we don't walk too much as in the past, guys. We use Uber. If I need to go, I don't know, 20 minutes by walking, I will prefer to get a Uber. I live in São Paulo. We have the safety problem here, the security problem, but I guess we don't take walks just for fun to take a moment with our family. So I guess this can be another point that this can affect our expectancy, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Expectancy.
Expectancy. Wow, difficult word.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And the Yanka, I I read a article regarding the expectancy from the people from United States decrease a little. Né? Is 78 years old and nowadays is 76. But the quality of life, just in my opinion, is just a sensation. Né? The American use it to eat junk food and other stuffs. Né? How about your uh, how about your thoughts regarding United States, particularly because you are living here, are living in United States?
Man, it seems that they live in here like they have SUS, but they haven't. And I think Camila, I talked with Camila about that maybe, I don't remember. But I saw a very famous dish in here, meal, that it is a square of butter. Then eles empanam that butter and fried the butter and eat the butter,
Terrible.
like my heart stopped at
A
just seeing
nightmare.
that. But it's funny because in here they produce a lot of money and income, but at the same time they have a very low life expectation, as you said. But to me, the biggest contribution to this, it's the public health sector. They don't have a lot of access to public health, and it's very expensive in here. I have a bike and I'm very worried to do not suffer any accidents because I don't want to bring prejudice to not prejudice, but falir minha família, because I can't pay the bill if I suffer some accident. But thinking about the question, to me, being sedentary, it's a very huge factor, and access to some resources like basic sanitation, education. I think that with education, we can have more acknowledgement about what we eat and how to have a healthy life, for example, and access to some government institution, like I said, education again, schools and hospitals and so on, and something to illustrate that. And something that I think that's very interesting, it's that the life expectation change between the states in Brazil. Like in Maranhão, the total, it's 71 years old, but it's varies for men and women. For men, the life expectation is 68 years old, and for women, 75 years old. And thinking
Wow.
about why men live less than women, to me, it's very interesting because in the middle life, like teenagers and adults, you expose yourself to more risk activities, I think, and the job too sometimes, but you don't you don't go too often to hospitals. It seems that men usually wait to the disease or the pain to go to the extreme, and then they go to a hospital. And this is
Yeah,
very
sure.
danger for men
Macho
to
don't
have
go to the hospital.
this is very danger, man. You have to pay attention on that because the data isn't here,
Yeah.
prove it that you have to search more for it. And it's very interesting, but just to start the conversation.
Yeah, great. Please choose another person.
Okay. Camila, please. The question number 2, maybe.
Save us.
Guys, I can say that I don't know, I don't want to live too much. I guess it's so difficult to spend that time and sometimes expensive, right? We don't have a social security here in Brazil that I can enjoy, I guess, in the future. And we have the health insurance price that we need to pay. As Bianca said, in the US, they have they used to say that they don't have I forgot in Portuguese, the SUS, but they have, and people try to judge it. And I know that here in Brazil we have it, but the system is terrible. I have a health insurance. I paid for one. And when I try to got an appointment there, I need to wait sometimes 1 month to try to do it. Imagine if it was emergency. So I guess this is a bigger problem now in Brazil. You cannot feel or being sick. If you need something, you need to pay it. And I guess it's almost like US. I'm just thinking here, or other countries abroad. So I really feel afraid about of being or develop a disease because we need to pay attention on it. But what I am doing to avoid it or to prevent it? So I heard that the lifestyle that you got when you turn 60 will be what you do in your 30. So we need to pay attention, not wait until the time arrive to to pay attention on our habits. So I guess everything changed about the food. In that time, when I was a kid, we used to have more vegetables in my house. Was the expense not expensive? Was the cheaper one? The options. I think it is yet, but we have the fancy organic foods nowadays, and we pay more than the normal one. So I guess this can be. I said more than one, so I guess this can be the effects.
Great. Please choose another person, Camila.
Vandinha, my friend, have you answered that? Or I don't think so, right?
No, it's you was the first one.
Oh, nice.
um, I think all the time everything changed over the last century and expectancy too. But I think life is more interesting now than the past because the medicine change every time and is more comfortable now than the past one that put some sanguessugas in the body to help people. And now we have a vaccine, we have many pills, one pill for the heart, another pill. We do uh, brain surgeries without anesthesia, totally anesthesia, and then we have not a cure, but a stabilization of Parkinson and many things. I feel we are in a comfortable time. SUS is not the best one, but is a good thing. I have a friend, a secretary of myself. She have HIV and diabetics, and she have schedule for gynecologist, ophthalmologist, everything in the SUS. It's so interesting. Yesterday, I go to the SUS to get vaccine for grippe, flu. I think change and improve, change with improvement. And you, Jan?
Yes, I agree. Thinking about the difference between Brazil and US, I think that in Brazil we have this universal access to health. It's not that good, but it works in some way, and it works not just in the health attainment, but to like vigilância sanitária or the fiscalization to the water quality. I think the SUS it's very enraizado. I don't know how can I say that, but doesn't attend just for health, but several kinds of access to health in different ways in the society. And in US, they don't have actually a universal system. They had the Medicare the Medicare for people with more than 65 years old and Medicaid for people with low income, but you have to prove that you have a very, very low income, but it's not universal, you know? And I think that this could be better, maybe thinking about the society because they have money. So like they could be universal, you know, in my perception. And how these things changed during how the disease changed during the time. Oh, sorry. How has life expectancy changed over the last century? I think that changed a lot. You already mentioned. I think that before in demography, we have something that we called epidemiologic transition that research how we died before and how we are dying nowadays. And before we died by parasitose, some kinds of disease that we drink, contaminate water, and we died, you know. But nowadays we have like basic sanitation and something like that, some public access like canalizamento de esgoto, things very basic, but that helped us to decrease this mortality by this kind of disease, silly disease. And nowadays we are in a phase that we are dying by chronic disease, like diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer, things that came with age, not too much by the environment sometimes. Things that, yeah, they call doença feita pelo homem, but it's just the aging happen. And well, I think that it was what changed in my perception. Before we were more vulnerable to silly disease, and now we are more resistant, but we are yet facing some kinds of difficult disease, but different one, like cancer, Alzheimer, and so on. It's that.
Great. Hugo, please, could you answer this question?
Um, in my opinion, I think the medicine increased the life expense because of the advance of science. And for another side, how I say in the last answer, bad foods are bad for our life if we consume it with frequency. And that's it, I think.
Great. Um, well, I was watching some videos and articles regarding this topic, and I remember that at the beginning of the last century, the life expectancy is around the 35 years old, and the nowadays is almost 80 years on Brazil, actually, né? So it's a big jump, né? But as I told at the start of our conversation, uh, some people used to say scientists and researchers uh, nowadays more and more people reach 100 years. For the other hand, is just an exception. The most part of the people is reaching 80 years. So I don't know. I hope that at on the future, the guys discover new techniques and the medicine and other stuffs could. I believe it's the first goal is live better, né? Better conditions, healthier, and after that, if you possible to extend the time on our planet, could be great, né? But I don't know. Sometimes it's, as Camila told, né, it's a little weird, né? Why live so much time? So because the conditions on our planet is not so good, but I believe that average person wanted to live more time. Well, the next question, number three, why do women women generally live longer than men? Uh, and some time ago, the difference, the life expectancy between men and women is 14 years old. The women live more 14 years old if comparing men. But nowadays, the last research according IBGE, IBGE, the expectancy is 79 for women and 73 years old for men. Uh, So I believe that the most part of the cases, in my opinion, because the men have uh, more conditions to live more than men than women. So the reason could be just one. The the woman take a healthier life. It's common. Women do a lot of good habits. For example, talk, share your feelings. Sometimes the people just focus in medicine and the other stuffs, but there are another conditions, emotional conditions, and normally the the woman is more open to create more connections, and the resources used to say that's one of the reasons that people live more time and normally do more activity uh, and eat a better or healthier food and that's it. And they normally go much more to the doctor from if you compare a man. I believe that's the main reasons in my opinion. Uh, please, Wanda, could you answer this question, please?
Yeah. In my clinic, I'm a dentist. I have 80%
Wow.
women, and 20% men. And
Yes,
I
incredible.
and my colleagues too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
believe. That's weird, but I believe.
Yeah. And I think is that a sanatorium in health world, women all the time worried about health, and all the women have a gynecologist, for example, and but
Yeah.
men is difficult. You you ask a young man, a 40 man, um, what is the name of your doctor? Oh, I don't know. And all the women know about that dentist, gynecologist, etc. And I think this condition is crucial. And another one is genetic, and another one is stressed,
Yeah.
because I think men push themselves more than women. If women fail, if women cry and talk with a friend and need hugs and that. And men, is not common for men to share the fails, and then they stress it a lot and get heart condition and get low no high pressure, body pressure, and I think it is a sanatorium. And you, Hugo? How about?
Um, I don't know explain why. To explain why, but I think woman uh, make make exams with more frequency than men,
Certainly.
and uh, uh, they find uh, for a doctor with more frequency too, and I think women are more off with the health and uh, we are more close with our feelings, and I think that's it. And I don't know explain
Yeah.
why.
Definitely, women take care of themselves much more than
Yeah,
men. I don't know. Sometimes it's weird, not exactly regarding the health, certainly regarding the health, but regarding the appearance too. I believe that's the woman wanted to have a good life, a good health, and a good appearance. I believe that all of them is connected each other, in my opinion. Please, Hugo, choose another person. I
Bianca.
don't remember. Go ahead, Bianca, please.
Um, the next question.
No, I believe Bianca don't answer yet.
Okay.
Yes, not yet. Well, I agree with you guys with everything that you said. I will just add more stuffs in middle of it. And I'm really worried with men nowadays, actually, because because of a lot of things, actually. But thinking about mortality mainly, there there is a age that men die more than women, and it is between 20 and 24 years old. And most part of these um that's most part of these, yeah, that's, I guess, it's because of homicídios, acidente de trânsito, afogamento e suicídio e outras causas violentas.
Mhm.
And this is important because, like, in this age, men dies 4 times more than women, 4 times more. It's a lot. And I
Yeah,
was thinking about these motives, like transit accident, traffic accidents. I can see about motorboys, for example. Most part of the guys that work in the streets
yeah.
delivering food are men. And this is very difficult. Homicídios to... Como que eu falo homicídios em inglês?
Murder is assassinato. Homicídio.
Homicide.
Homicide, I believe.
It's homicide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess it's
Homicides too, and most part of the person that are involved, you can correct me if I am wrong, but my perception, most part of the person that are involved with big organization of crime are men too. It's not nice that, but it's a dangerous route, not route, it's a dangerous career path, maybe.
yeah.
It's a dangerous way to
The
live.
the men use more drugs if you compare a woman to.
And I was thinking too, again, about suicides too. This is a data that we don't pay
Yeah,
attention. And
it's a little high. I don't know, but the researchers talk regarding that there are differences. More
yes, and
men
we should pay more
commit
attention
suicide.
because we don't think too much about we have gender roles in the societies under women, but under men too. And this pressure sometimes leads to some kind of stuffs that are very harmful. And most part of these suicidal tentatives are between policy guys, like policy men.
Yeah,
And it's a very difficult profession too. So discussing maybe more about this, we could save more men and maybe not this to me involve more than that, more than just that. Involves like think about what is to be a man nowadays. Like we can be vulnerable, we can seek for help, we can do a lot of things. To me, involve that and more digging, more secure professions too, I guess, access to education and so on. But this really affects this sober mortality, I think, mainly in this age. I don't know if you agree, guys. Actually, I don't know if I agree with myself too. Maybe I have to think better about that. It was the first time that I thought about this. So yeah.
Camila, please.
I can say my answer, it's a mix of Wanda and Yanka's speech because when Yanka start to answer that, this is the words that I would like to use about demands because we have the violence statistic involved on it, and I heard about the suicide that you said, Yanka. And guys, I have another point here. Maybe women's we grow up learning or doing, or maybe we grow up take care of the others. Since we are a kid, we have a doll to take care of. And this is like a something our essence, if you agree. And then you grow up taking care of the others, and you do it with yourself, not like we do from the others, but I guess this could be something that we go to the doctors often, more than men's, because I guess the men, when they left the mother's house, he forgot to take care of themselves, or maybe they don't want to go for a doctor. I have some friends, girls, that decided not go to the doctor because they don't want to discover something. They are afraid about cancer and
Yeah.
these other things, and they feel like if I go, I will find something, so I avoid to have this experience. So it's hard to have this conversation in general in society. And imagine speaking with a man who doesn't like to have this kind of contact, doesn't like to go to a doctor and to be touched for a stranger maybe. And I guess this is a deep conversation. As Yanka said, we need to think more about this, and I don't know if I agree, but Yanka brought us good statistics points, and I heard about the same, so I think I agree with you, Yanka. And Wanda said something interesting because she is a dentist and she have the experience on it.
Yeah.
People avoid to go to a dentist, and this can be really harmful for our health, right? Your health mouth, I don't know if it's correct to say, can brought us terrible problems, I think. So I don't know, guys. Even I don't know how to say that in English. A doctor who can see if your vision is correct. I will try to say this in because I don't know the word. People don't go to there. I see people walk on the street like this, and they why you don't go to see if you need to use a glass. So it's hard to explain. People avoid it, or they I don't know, guys. They
Yeah,
don't
that's
they
weird.
are just living like, oh, let's see, God take care of me, and they go ahead.
Yeah, it's not exactly oh I it's a big surprise when the Wanda told regarding
Yeah.
the dentist, but I hope and they expect regarding doctors, not the dentist. But it's as I told you, it's not exactly a big surprise. Oh yeah, it makes sense. Uh, Doctor, dentist, and other things. For example, regarding emotion problems. I believe that I'm not exactly information that I read in some article, but if some people told me, oh, psychiatrist and psychologist, the number of the people is bigger, and the the women is not a big surprise too. But that's a little weird. It's not don't make sense, but I don't know. But for the other hand, during my research, I read some articles telling regarding this information. The number of the men increase a lot in all of the fields. Uh, regarding the appearance, regarding the health and the other stuff. Yeah, certainly the most part of the people is women, but if you comparing the aspects, the number of the men, the new generations is take care much more than the older people. Well, I don't have enough time, so in this case, I would like to skip for the number 10. What can governments do to improve life expectancy in their countries? Please, Hugo, could you answer? Number 10.
I think the governments can improve our their healthy with uh, building more hospitals, more opportunities for the people of their country. Uh, and the to incentive better habits to people, to maybe to eat better, to practice exercising. That's it.
Great, my friend. Please, Wanda.
My answer is a dream. Government needs to stop corruption, needs to stop stupidity wars, and save money for education, first education, and health, and people in general, and earth, and take care about our planet. And don't see only about profits and power. And you, Camila, my friend.
A good answer, Wanda. Excellent point. And I guess maybe the government do what they can do is the minimum, and people don't go there to try to get the I don't know the care of it. As we are talking before, we have a healthy system here for free in Brazil, and I don't think people use it like they could. And I guess another thing could be some campaigns about go to the dentist for a week, and then you can have your, or as I put here, I discovered the word ophthalmologist for free. I guess we have it now. We have some campaigns in Brazil, and I don't think maybe we can they can put more advertisement to know to try to show people that they are trying to do something the minimum for the society. But maybe I guess people need to know more interested about it and don't expect it too much from the government and try to go ahead more instead of just complain. Go ahead and try to find the support maybe.
Yeah, go to the fight. Yanka, please.
Well, I am with you guys in the ideal world. Maybe stop with the corruption. It will be a good start. Universal access to a good education, because education, in my perception, is very related with good health. I guess universal access to good hospitals too, because we need to live longer, but live longer with quality, I guess, mainly with access to, like, in my perception, therapists should be in the SUS, and gyms too should be in the SUS, because not just gyms, but sports in general, because it's important to practice some sport to live longer and with quality. And thinking about men's, maybe rethink the gender roles, because just harm men is my perception. Even that idea that the man is the only responsible for sustain the house, thinking about my grandfather, for example, I think that he didn't look for hospital in some ways because he needs work. And when you go to the doctor, you lose one day of job. And if you have to be afastado of your job, you will lose money. Then you have a house to sustain, a house to bring money to, and so on. So maybe thinking about this aspect of the life man could help us to humanize maybe everyone and do not treat everyone as a superman. We are humans. We need doctors. We need
Yeah.
to lose some days of job sometimes and do not be punished because of that. And I don't know, I think that these gender roles affect a lot the mental health that do not seek for help sometimes, even when they are suffering with mental health problems, with a lot of depression and so on. So maybe this. And just one other curiosity is that vou falar em português porque eu não sei falar isso em inglês. Homens nascem mais do que mulheres. If you go to search for it,
Huh?
and then this change, why this change, I guess. And it's that.
Yeah. Yanka was mentioned regarding the education. Sometimes a simple situation like hygiene, uh, for example, wash your hands. Uh, well, 5 years ago or a little less, 4 years ago, the pandemic showed us the importance of do this kind of thing. And nowadays, this kind of situation continue happen. The people don't pay attention in simple things. So in this case, education could help a lot when talking regarding this situation. And I I mentioned Camila too, because Camila some questions ago, oh, I'd like to make a mix from Wanda and Yanka, and maybe I am make a mix from Yanka and the Camila, because sometimes, for example, if you uh, receive conditions like education, the other stuffs, you could reach a better conditions, and for the other hand, at the same time, you don't need to count with the government, and you waste less money from government because you don't use public service. And the, the possibility is not to happen, but the possibility is, oh, if you don't use the public service, the government have more money to invest. And this is a kind of good circle. You don't receive, you don't waste so much money, né? Because you don't use the public service, and you could invest more and more in education, for example. And unfortunately, the most part of the population needed to use public service like um, medical doctors and the other stuff. So it's sad. For the other hand, is the only way to have good governments. Oh, I needed to invest money in health. So, and for example, sports is a wonderful thing because avoid diseases, for the other hand, is a, a good perspective. Maybe this person could be a good athlete. So, and the is helpful for is good for the a lot of different stuffs. Well, let me say goodbye from people from YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Have a wonderful